What up, what up? Just wanted to take the time to really share this moment of reflection and growth. So I was having a conversation the other day with a particular person about, I guess, just somewhat of my ability or lack thereof of being sociable, making friends, and all of those sorts of things. And as I've begun to really begin to think more about it and dig deeper into it, some of the things that I realized is that, what I said to begin with was that I'm not really sociable, right? It takes for me to flip on a switch and like, all right, now you got to be intentional about being sociable. Go talk to this person, have a conversation, engage in conversation, and I'm great at doing that. It's easy to me, comes easy to me when I flip that switch on. But typically, I will just sit back and be completely comfortable with just being to myself, watching and observing, not really saying much of anything, unless somebody engages with me first. When somebody engages with me first, then completely fine. I'm a very friendly person, can have any sort of conversation in the world. But then I begin to say, like, why, right? Because typically, people are either introverted or extroverted. You're either very, very outgoing or don't like to talk to people at all. I like to talk to people, and then that's why it comes easy to me when I have to engage in conversation and being intentional about it. But the more and more I begin to think about it is, and for the guys who played football and been in football and sports all your life, maybe this is something that you can relate to. I feel like football has kind of shaped my psyche about me developing friends, meeting people, and all that sort of stuff. I've been playing football since I was 7, all the way up to about 23. And was always on team environments, right? And so with the team environment situation, you didn't necessarily have to go and pursue making friends with people. You were forced to be together and be around this group of people for an extended period of time, right? Those are the people that were essentially placed in your life to either be friends with, or be comfortable with, or hang out with, and all of that sort of stuff. And for me, that was much of my life. And so now I'm an adult, and we don't necessarily have that same sports-like environment. And so being adult, and it's just essentially a normal person, involves you reaching out, going to seek friendships, talking to people, being sociable, and all of that sort of stuff. Or the opposite of it, which is just being plainly introverted. So my experience has always been that I just had, we were placed on a team with a group of people. We were all here for the same mission, same purpose. I can trust you. I know that you're gonna have conversation and all that sort of stuff when it's necessary and all of that. And even in college, I began to look at it a little further. Like in college and high school, teammates were people that you built this relationship with, this friendship with, this brotherhood with on the football field and all of the activities that surrounded football, right? And you sometimes, well, probably most of the time, because I've heard NFL players say it, you come together on that football field, but after you leave the football field, you probably wouldn't hang with that person outside of that football field. At least not everybody. You might have your 2 or 3 that you might chill with and hang with from the team, but everybody on that team ain't your friend. And as soon as that team is dismembered or separated, the season's over, or you go to another level of play, all that sort of stuff, it's not like you keep in touch with those same people, or at least all of them. Again, maybe there might be 2 or 3, or but it's not like you always keep in touch with those people for years and years to come. And so year after year after year, from 7 to 23, and then even a little older when I played on other teams, this cycle of, cool, these people are in my life, I don't have to seek out friendships and relationships. The people that are gonna be in my life are placed here right in front of my face, and hanging out with them. And then those people then leave and go, and you just keep it running. Has been the cycle that I've dealt with pretty much all my life, and that for me has hindered my relationships, because that's kind of how I still live out relationships even into my adult years, right? I'll give you the best of me while we're together and on the same playing field, so to speak, or we're in the same spaces. You'll get the best of me, and we'll enjoy ourselves and all of that sort of stuff, and we'll have genuine times in relationships and all of that. And my thing is, sometimes I don't hold on to those relationships and those encounters and those experiences. I feel like connections and relationships happen because of the experiences that you share together, the time that you spend together, and all those sorts of things. But for me, because of the way I've been built and the psyche that I've had and have adopted throughout life, I can have these amazing experiences and all of that with you, build a connection for a period of time, but then be able to let go and just think nothing of it and not really be affected by it anymore, just because of that person is not particularly in my life anymore. No hard feelings. If I saw you next time, we still cool. We can still, link up and do whatever is necessary. But that's just how it ended up being with those particular situations. Most of the people that I've encountered in my life have, whether it be for the activity, event, sport, whatever, develop relationships, hang out with those people, talk with those people during that time. But when they leave, it's just like, okay, cool. So essentially, if I've treated friends and associates throughout my life like teammates. Reflection of the day, man. That's just something I've been learning, been thinking about myself, and learning really how to grow through that, right? Like how to build real friendships with people. But at the same time, how to be more sociable now that I don't have that outlet of like people just being placed in my life. Sociable in the terms of reaching out to people, inviting them different places, being intentional about hanging out, calling, talking to, all my friends and all my boys know I got probably a good 5 or 6 friends that I've had since 11, 12 years old, so 20 plus years. And they know that like I'm a dude that kind of really don't reach out, unless I'm intentional about it. Like I don't really call you on the phone, I don't really talk to you and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, man, that's just, I'm not gonna keep rambling on about the same things. That's just something I was thinking about, reflecting on, is just I've learned to treat people like teammates as opposed to people, and developing real friendships. And then a part of that also is just because of that aspect, sometimes I don't necessarily put all of the trust and stock in people to come through for me when necessary in that relationship. And so it's easy for me to disconnect and move on, which I'm not sure if that's completely healthy or not. Could be in certain situations, maybe not in others, but definitely something I've been thinking about, want to move on and go improve on. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, just because you see everything that I'm doing, everything that I got going on. I'm not perfect, and I also want to share those things with you. So if you can relate, we can be on the same page and then think about it, grow from it, and just be better people in general. Reflections. Peace.